Good morning, Panzers. It's Tuesday. So I attended a wedding this weekend, and I was sort of looking forward to having some kind of story to tell you guys about it. But it was actually pretty uneventful. Nothing really happened, which I guess I should have expected, as most of the weddings that I've been to have been pretty uneventful. Funerals are generally the ones that I have, weird stories from. Actually, the only wedding I can think of that got weird was my friend from high school. She got married really young, like right out of high school. She got married just a few months after she graduated. And she asked me to be a bridesmaid. So because I was a bridesmaid, obviously I was there for the rehearsal dinner. The rehearsal went fine. Everything was normal. The pastor, took the bride and groom up and said, okay, like you stand here and you stand there, and I'll say this and you say that, and then I'll say this and you say that. And, it was pretty, normal. The wedding came around and we had all of the, I started to say, the normal things that happen at weddings, which I guess it kind of was normal, but it was also things like the best man didn't show up at all. They literally had to pull someone out of the crowd to fill in for the best man. And then they realized kind of at the last minute that the bride had a long train on her gown, and they realized suddenly that she was going to have to go around a corner. And so they had to, again, sort of crowdsource someone to be sort of the train bearer. And my best friend volunteered for the job, which would be fine, except that my best friend is 6 feet tall in her stocking feet, and the bride is 5'2". So, Amanda's 6 feet tall, plus she's wearing heels, and so she is literally bent in half, sort of hunched behind the bride, trying to move the train around. So that was an experience. And when they went to light the unity candle, they got up there and realized that no one had thought to provide a lighter or matches or anything. So they literally had to, at that moment, turn around and crowdsource a lighter from the audience. A lot of crowdsourcing. But the thing that was particularly weird, and the reason that I mentioned the rehearsals, is that although the pastor seemed perfectly normal at the rehearsal, and indeed before and after the ceremony, for some reason during the ceremony, he developed this very weird speech pattern. And I hesitate to kind of make fun of him for it, because maybe it was a completely legitimate speech problem or something. I don't know. We never did figure out what happened, but for some reason during the ceremony, and only during the ceremony, he sounded like Peter Cook in The Princess Bride. Mawwiage. Mawwiage is what brings us together today. It was enough that, I had multiple people come up to me afterwards and ask me about it. Why was he doing that? Why was he doing that voice? He's not doing that now. I don't know. It is a mystery for the ages. We never figured it out, and none of us ever had the courage to ask him about it in case, it was a legitimate speech problem. Let's see, what was I supposed to be talking about this week before I got off on a tangent about weddings? Oh, Camp Nano. I'm not doing Camp Nano. I've already done a Camp Nano session this year, and one is about all I'm good for, I think. I'm not writing anything else either. I don't tend to write except during Nanos. I was planning to do Booktubeathon because, Nellie, you've been talking about it and everything, and it sounds really fun, but, every morning I get up and there's been a new crisis of some kind, another thing has happened that we then have to deal with. I have spent so little time at home in the past few days, I don't even know what to do with myself. So I have done very little reading, even in a normal way. I don't know. I'll try it. We'll see how it works out. Oh, the collabception video made me super happy. It makes me so ridiculously happy when we have collabceptions. I don't know why, but it really does. So, yeah. So I guess that's about it. So I hope that you guys are having an amazing week, and I will see you next Tuesday.